What up, good people? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome back. We are back in the house once again. This is where we left off yesterday, y'all. I got my hat on, I got my beanie cap on, I got my robe on, I got my doggone Red Fox Fred Sanford pajamas on. My great grandpapa used to wear his pajamas. Great granddaddy Papa. Looking at him on the wall right now. What up, Papa? Rest in peace. Alright. Yo, we gonna get right into it, man. I'm trying to get situated with my sound and everything because I got this beanie cap on, so it's kind of hard to hear. Not really hard to hear, it just sounds different. The mic sounds different. So y'all bear with me, okay? Alright, so we're gonna start it up a little bit higher. Let's see. Yeah, said Jacob. I'm sorry. Yeah, said Jacob. He too, glaring at the familiar face, relieved that he would soon be putting down the heavy bucket. Hey, is that? Looks like it is, said Henry. Father and son were surprised to see, seated on the wooden picnic table that had been placed in the middle of the garage, Lily and her father, Frederick Sr. At the last second, Henry decided to take so he's not taking a hard left, by the way. He's just going to go straight. At the last second, let me see what I wrote in the notes here. Is there an issue between Henry? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. At the last second, Henry decided to continue walking on the road instead of taking a right into the driveway. Alright, we're getting there, y'all. I just want to take a second, man, and say thank you for stopping by. Thank you, madam or sir, for stopping by. I'm talking to you. And like I said in yesterday's video, put me on when you ain't got nothing else to do. Put me on when you just want to hear my voice. Put me on when you got that long road trip. Put me on when you waiting to get your oil change at the dealership or Jiffy Lube. Well, Jiffy Lube is not going to take that long. But at the dealership, you're going to be there for at least an hour. Put me on at the doctor's office. Put me on at the airport. Just put me on, man. Put me on. All right. Father and son were surprised to see, seated on the wooden picnic table that had been placed in the middle of the garage, Lily and her father, Frederick Sr. At the last second, Henry decided to continue walking. Instead of taking a right into the driveway. Are you still good, son? Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob. Well, Miss Martha Louise can't make it tonight. You know how much she loves Redbreast, said Henry. Huh? Jacob said a third time. Son, we can't forget those who came before us. They had to go through a lot in order for us to be where we are today. Things we'll never understand, Henry said to his son. By this time, the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His tumbler was empty. The mysterious drink he'd been sipping on all day. All right. The substance in the mysterious drink you've been sipping on all day. Was causing the boy to hallucinate. Alright, so now we're gonna have to bring it back up. Bring it back up. And I thank you again, man. I'm not joking. Listen, I'm not joking. And I may sound a little desperate. Maybe a hint of desperation in my voice. But put me on. Put me on, doggone it. Put me on. Alright. Let's go back up here. So now he's hallucinating. Jacob is hallucinating. Why is he? What is this boy drinking? By now, you guys know what he's drinking. He's drinking that mushroom concoction that Suge made. But I gotta take you there. I'll take you there in a moment. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll take you there. Him and that little boy, his little friend, Lily's brother, Frederick Jr., Freddie. Those little two little 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds or however they are, they can get in a lot of trouble. They can do some pretty mind-baffling things if you let them. Boys are like that, by the way. Girls, not so much. But boys, if they're out of sight, out of sound, not making no noise, you better wonder what's going on. Because if you don't wonder what's going on, I tell you what. Me and my two brothers. I'm the oldest. I'm the captain. Not only am I the oldest of my two brothers, I'm the oldest of 5 other cousins and one other cousin. I'm the oldest by like the closest one to me is like 2 years younger. The youngest one from me is like 10 years younger. So I was the captain. Whenever we went in the woods, whatever we did. Anyways, one time, because we had this down packed, because I'm the brain behind this whole thing, I had gotten me a little digital watch. From, Greenbax. If you're from the South, you know about Piggly Wiggly back in the 80s and the 90s and even the 70s. Before my time, I'm sure they had Greenbax stamps. Let's go to Greenbax stamps. We'll come back to this. Every now and then I got to take you somewhere. Y'all hold tight. All right, is this bringing back some memories? Y'all remember these things right here? Y'all remember these things? Do you remember these Greenback stamps? Let me see one here. So, my mom, she collected these stamps religiously. See what it says? Save a book, 10s and 50s. There are thousands of great things free. And she would collect these stamps, and she would have so many damn stamps, y'all. It takes about 1 million stamps to get a basketball goal, by the way. It takes about 1 million stamps, and we saved up 1 million stamps. I'm just joking. It doesn't take that many, but damn it, I think it was like 100 books, maybe 200 books. You got to make a book out of putting the stamps in here. Anyways, I'm getting off subject. I don't even know how many stamps we saved up. Maybe 20 books, 30 books. I don't remember. But my mom let me get a digital watch. And I got that watch. And I said, okay. I told my brothers, I said, we in business now. We got a reference of time as far as doing our little heists and all our little things we were doing, right? And so one day, what we used to do in the summertime, we would wait till my mom and dad would go somewhere, Piggly Wiggly, to go shopping. My mom, she'd tell my dad, I need to get some cheese. We out of cheese. My dad would be like, oh, because my mom didn't drive back in the day. She finally got a license, like early 40s, late 30s. But she would go to Piggly Wiggly and say she was getting cheese, and then come out of the grocery store with 2 carts full, 2 buggies full of groceries, right? Like, you said you wanted cheese. How'd you? Anyways, they went to Piggly Wiggly. Whenever they would do that, go to Piggly Wiggly or wherever they would go, me and my brothers would hit the railroad track. It would cut through the woods, cut through about maybe an acre, maybe 2 acres of woods, just straight thick woods. Well, it wasn't so thick after we've been through there so many times. We had what you call a track path, a track path. And we would take that path to the railroad track with our buckets, with our crickets, our worms, our grasshoppers, our hooks, our fishing lines, our homemade fishing canes, all the tackle, we would steal all that stuff from my uncles out of their shop. All the tackle, the lines, the hooks, the floats, we had it all. And now I got my watch. So first time we go, I time it. Ding! Take us about, I'm not even lying, it take us about maybe 2 hours to get there. That's how long of a hike it was. I'm a kid, so it seemed that long. Maybe an hour. Maybe it was taking an hour. We hit the railroad track, take an hour to get there, an hour to get back. We're going to fish for about an hour, 3 hours. We're going to be going for 3 hours. Boom. I got the little timer. So when the hour is up, the timer go off. Bing. All right, it's time to go. Let's go. Get on there. So one time we did this. And we're coming back home. And we're little boys. I'm talking little boys. I'm like the oldest. I'm like 12. So I told you the math before. My brother next to me is I got my 2 brothers around the same age because my mom only, they're like 9 months apart. True story. So if I'm 12, one was 10, the other one was 9, or one was, if I'm 12, one was 10, one was 9, or both of them were 9. You know what I mean? So little boys, I'm talking about little boys, right? So one day we go do our fishing thing. We got our buckets, we got our fishing, we got our equipment. We coming back, and now we get to a point where there's a stretch on the track about a half a mile long, y'all, where there is no place to go if a train comes. Every time we get on this part of this track, we get nervous because we don't want to get caught on the track because a half a mile is a long ways to run to get off the track. So one day we're coming back. We got about 6, 7 good sized fish, maybe 2 or 3 smaller sized fish. We got some fish. We're coming back. Got our buckets, got our dogs with us. Because we always had at least one dog. So we got the dogs with us. We got all our stuff. I got my watch on. I was like, okay, we got some time. We got good time. We're coming back. Somebody happened to look back and see a big bright light once we get on that path. We got about halfway between, the halfway mark. So we're about a quarter into that halfway mark. Or not, but halfway through it. You know what I mean? Still got a long ways to get up the track. We look back, we see this bright light. And we look on both sides, and it's like a 50-foot drop into like water. It's like a bridge almost. So it's like, how are we gonna do this? Right? Listen, y'all, when I say these 3 little black boys and their dogs and their buckets and fishing tackle and all this stuff, we were running, trying to get off the track. We could not make it off the track in time before that train got up on our butts. And we looked over and we see a sign. One of the railroad signs is one of those funny looking signs. All 3 of us, just before the train run our little butts over, we grab that sign, and then the next one grab onto the other one. The next one grab onto the other one. 3 little boys hanging onto this sign. What this train is literally 10 feet away from us, just whipping by. All we feel is the wind from the train. It's making all this noise, and we're feeling the force from that train. as it whipped by. I mean, this is a long train. This whipping by. Buckets are rattling up. The dog is hanging, just barely hanging on, keeping from rolling down the hill. And after that train left, we looked at each other like, oh, wow, we could have died just now. We could have been gone, y'all. We could have been gone. But I have several stories about, little boys, man. What we can get into. Let's get back to the story though. It took me a while to tell that. All right. So, well, Miss Martha Louise can't make it tonight. You know how much she loves Redbreast, said Henry. Huh? Jacob said a third time. Son, we can't forget the ones who came before us. They had to go through a lot in order for us to be where we are today. Things we'll never understand, Henry said to his son. By this time, the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His tumbler was empty. The substance in the mysterious drink he'd been sipping on all day was causing the substance in the mysterious drink he'd been sipping on all day was causing the boy to hallucinate. All right, so now I need to go up. Good. Are you still good, son? Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob. As he thought he saw what looked like and looked like the moon smiling back at him. Okay. Asked Jacob as he thought. Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob I gotta do some fixing, y'all. I gotta do some fixing. And my head is getting hot, so. Oh man, I can hear things a whole lot better now. Lord have mercy. Way better. Alright, can you guys hear me now? Let me see. I might have to turn this down a little bit. This video may be a little bit jacked up, y'all. I apologize. I couldn't hear because of the hat. Alright. So I gotta bring it back a little bit. Yeah, I'm stronger than you think, he said, as the burn in his right arm traveled up to his shoulder across his chest to his left arm. For some odd reason, the boy thought he'd been injected with liquid iron, making him invincible. For some odd reason, the boy thought he'd been injected with liquid iron, making him invincible. I see we have a crowd. This is part of the hallucination right here. Now, hallucinating, from what I understand, doesn't have to be visual. It can be audible. You can hear things. It can be visual. And I guess it could be, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm putting it in the story, so it could be a physical thing. For some odd reason, the boy thought he'd been injected with liquid iron, making him invincible. I see we have a crowd already, said Henry as they approached the glowing garage. His eyes were fixated on a man he hadn't seen in over 2 years. Yeah, said Jacob, he too glaring at the familiar face, relieved. And despite the superpowers now surging through his veins. Yeah, said Jacob, he too glaring at the familiar face, and despite the superpowers now surging through his veins, relieved that he would soon be putting down the heavy bucket. Hey, is that? Looks like it is, said Henry. Father and son were surprised to see, seated on the wooden picnic table, seated on, not the table, should be seated at the picnic table. Shouldn't have to be wooden. Father and son were surprised to see, seated at the picnic table that had been placed in the middle of the garage, Lily and her father, Frederick Sr. At the last second, Henry decided to continue walking instead of taking a right into the driveway. Are you still good, son? Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob as he thought he saw. As Jacob, let me see. Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? As Jacob, I don't want to say warily again. I said warily. I said warily before. I think, let me see, warily. How about confusingly? Yeah, confusingly. I don't need to say confusingly. You should know he's confused. I gotta remind myself. I can't keep telling you guys what's going on. I gotta show you what's going on. Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob. As what he thought he saw. As he thought he saw what looked like the moon smiling back at him. As he thought he saw what looked like the moon smile. Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob as the moon smiled back at him. As the moon smiled at him. Asked Jacob as the moon smiled at him. Well, okay, so I'm progressing. I'm explaining that the boy is actually high off of this mushroom drink thing, but I don't want to jump into it too fast because a lot of people it'll go over their heads. So I'm building up to that. Father and son were surprised to see seated at the table. Okay. Yeah, I'm stronger than you think, he said as the burn in his right arm traveled up to his shoulder, across his chest to his left arm. For some odd reason, the boy thought He'd been injected with liquid iron, making him invincible. Yes, said Jacob. He too glaring at the familiar face, and despite the superpowers now surging through his veins, relieved that he would soon be putting down the heavy bucket. Hey, is that? Looks like it is, said Henry. Father and son were surprised to see. Did I say surprised already? I smell breakfast downstairs. I see we have a crowd already, said Henry. As they approached the glowing garage, his eyes were fixated on a man he hadn't seen in over 2 years. Yeah, said Jacob, he too glaring at the familiar face. And he too saw. He too saw the familiar face, and despite the superpowers now surging through his veins, was relieved that he would soon be putting down the heavy bucket. Hey, is that? Looks like it is, said Henry. Father and son were surprised to see seated at the picnic table that had been placed in the middle of the garage, Lily and her father, Frederick Sr. At the last second, Henry decided to continue walking instead of taking a right into the driveway. Are you still good, son? Huh? Yeah, but where are we going? Asked Jacob as the moon smiled at him. As the coming moon smiled at him. Well, Miss Martha Louise can't make it tonight. Excuse me. You know how much she loves red breasts, said Henry. Huh? Jacob said a third time. Son, we can't forget the ones who came before us. They had to go through a lot in order for us to be where we are today. Things we'll never understand, Henry said to his son. By this time, the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. By this time, the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His tumbler was empty. The substance in the mysterious drink he'd been sipping on all day was causing hallucinations, was causing hallucinations. His tumbler was empty, the substance in the mysterious drink. The substance in the mysterious drink was gone. Let me see. By this time, his superpowers were fading. The pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His tumbler was empty. It's camouflage. I can't. Was it camouflage? Yes, I was in the military. Yes, I should know how to spell camouflage by now, but I don't. So, y'all bear with me. Camouflage. Oh, I got it right. Look at that. No, I didn't get it right, but it corrected itself. So, anyways, by this time, his superpowers were fading as the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His camouflage tumbler was empty. The camouflage tumbler that draped on his shoulder, that draped across his shoulder, was empty. The substance in the mysterious drink By this time, his superpowers were fading as the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His camouflage tumbler that draped across his shoulder was empty. The substance in the mysterious drink I'm debating to even I want the reader for the first time, whether he or she followed these videos or not, to understand or to figure out, that he's having hallucinations. I shouldn't have to say that. And I got to tell myself that to remind myself to continue to show the reader and not tell the reader what's going on. I have received a lot of rejection letters back from traditional publishers telling me that's my biggest issue, is telling and not showing. If I can find those rejection letters, I'll go ahead and make them into a PDF file and show you exactly what I'm talking about, but I may have thrown them away out of anger, okay? Son, we can't forget the ones who came before us. They had to go through a lot in order for us to be where we are today. Things we'll never understand, Henry said to his son. By this time, his superpowers were fading as the pain was trying to bring the boy to his knees. His camouflage tumbler that draped across his shoulder was completely empty. Okay. Now I'm just going to cut too. Okay, so come on in. That's the voice of Miss Martha Louise, y'all. Y'all hearing her voice for the first time. Don't get too excited. Don't run off the road. Don't start crying and all that stuff, because Miss Martha Louise is Suge's mama. Suge just turned 80. Y'all. Miss Martha Louise is up there. She's still moving around. She still get out there and rake that yard, Got her a little garden going in the backyard. Still got her chickens. You feel what I'm saying? And she done seen a lot. Miss Martha Louise done seen a lot. She done seen it all, y'all. She done had them white boys run her down the road with that horse. She had to walk to school all the way down there, to walk to that school 6 miles away when she was a little girl by herself. And them white boys get after her with that horse every morning. But she did it. Had her books, her little dress, her little bow in her head, and she did it. That's your introduction to Miss Martha Louise. Come on in, said her faint voice. Hey, girlfriend. Henry replied. Getting excited, y'all. She said to Jacob, I'm getting a little excited. I'm seeing it now. This is what I'm like. For the first time, I'm seeing it. Spelling the wrong word. Okay, so Jacob is a little bit intoxicated, tired, the whole nine. And I'm at 40 minutes, y'all. I'm at 40 minutes. Oh boy. So that's Miss Louise. That's Miss Martha Louise, okay? Thank y'all for stopping by. I shall hope that you continue to stop by and watch magic in real time. Watch me using myself, my entire being, as an antenna for the story to come on in. Y'all be blessed. Hit that like, leave a comment. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Till next time. Salute. I'm out.